Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and a lot of very cool creations to check out again this week. So all of them are going to be shown in Reforging in 2. There's a couple exceptions to that, and I will talk about that when we get to them. So the very first creation here is the Micro Lifter Eco by CrazyZ. And this looks like it's going to be a little SV cargo vessel, I do believe. Very spiffy looking. Love that color. I love the inset here of the that like red triangle there on the sides. That is really cool. It kind of goes to the black right next to it. Also, it's kind of looking like there's more thruster upgrade points. I believe that's what these pluses are for. Maybe where you add like another reverse thruster, probably an angled one opposite of that to the other side right here. And maybe another strafing thruster in there as well. Yeah, it kind of looks like, yeah, one thruster going reverse, one more strafing on either side. We got a couple lift thrusts on the bottom. Wow, more. I think more thruster locations like right there. Replace the pluses over there and pop in some more reverse thrusters. A couple more going that way. We get a nice side door over here. Looks like there's a side door only on one side of the creation. No, I got to have the very fancy LCD logo on there. Very nice. Oh, look at the back of this. Yeah, again, it kind of looks like the sports car of a spaceship here. that is really cool. It almost looks like these are like if you look at the top part of this, like these would be like the taillights, and yeah, but. It's a little bit bigger than your average back end of a sports car, like two sports cars stacked on top of each other. That is really cool, though. Love the integration of the red, white, and black in the mixer. I got a little blinky light going on in there too. I think. I thought it blinked. I think I'm full of it. Maybe it didn't blink. Not a blinky light. There are a lot of little blinky lights, so I bet you this has a whole running light. P menu option on it. And then on the top side, looks like we have a retractable turret of some origin. And yeah, very clean. I like the intakes over here too. That looks cool. Oh, there's like vents right below there too. Yeah, very nice. Sharp looking. Well, I'm going to assume again that it is a cargo transport. That would make a lot of sense, especially the name of it. And the shape of it, and the whole ball of wax. And the author actually has a whole series of different like cargo lifters, and this is just a new one. Very sharp though. Really like the block work on it here. All right, so let me turn down the lighting here, and let's go take a walk on the inside, see what's happening here. Oh, you know what? Before I even do that, I'm gonna turn on. Oh yeah, we gotta have our collision lights on. Let's just turn on defense. I'll keep the spotlight off. I think we know what the spotlight does on the front there. Oh yeah, now we got all the little the blinky lights. That looks really cool too. It looks like an emergency vehicle or a construction vehicle, I suppose. But you'd think it would be more of like a yellowish color if it was construction, more of a like an emergency vehicle. That's really cool though. I like all the different timing things set on there. So coming on in here, it looks like, okay, so we got our front cockpit access right there. So we can just click on that and jump into the cockpit. Looks like we have a storage controller here. We got our main core, Wi-Fi, armor locker, O2. Oh, we got a little fancy curvy thing with wood grain countertop there. Fancy curvy glass. On this side, yeah, another controller. Storage controller or ammo controller. We'll find out when we look at the stats. I'm looking at this top thing here, and this is for a constructor, I believe. It says CON under there. So I think you would end up removing those lights. No, actually, maybe just removing those blocks and then placing a constructor kind of inset right there. That's really unique, though. Different way to do it, though. But yeah, you can kind of see you can see the text in there. Then we have a back room full of like gobs of upgrade stuff. So yeah, we got, looks like you can pop in a larger generator. CPU blocks, I believe. Probably a couple like improved CPU cores there. Warp. Warp and shield. Oh, that would make sense, actually. Yeah, the warp would go turn sideways over here, and then you would have a compact shield that can sit in front of it. And then you've got obviously more room over there for another larger generator if you want to pop that in there. Fuel tanks. Nice little window seeing into the outside room. So yeah, very organized, easy to upgrade. Yeah, actually 3 different CPU core block positions. So actually you could have like a couple basics and then a couple improves in there. And then, yeah, pretty much fills up most of the room. You'd actually have a little bit more room over here too. So yeah, you could definitely put in definitely a lot more generators. Actually, it looks like it would take up to 6 total 1x3 generators in there if you stacked them all the way up to the ceiling there. So yeah, that makes sense too. So all right. Oh, another controller hidden away over there too. Man, there's like 3 different controllers on here. Yeah, so you got your utility and a lot of storage. Oh wait, I didn't even open up the thingies here. What's in there? It looks like room for more parts. Or more CPU blocks. I don't know if those are labeled or not, but it's nice having the extra room there. Obviously, constructor would go on the top, I believe. And I think you would remove the blocks to put that in. Or you remove the lights and just put it on the top side. I don't think it would work that way, though. I think you would actually take those blocks out. And, yeah, more utility stuff over here. Maybe a couple more cores or cargo boxes or, I don't know, whatever you want to put there. Pretty optional. So, and then you can hop into the cockpit right there and fly it around. So, yeah, very cool. Very nice looking SV storage or, yeah, cargo ship, basically, in style. Looking like you're ready to hit the races there. Very nice. Oh, yeah, interesting with the color of the thrusters, too. You got red, and you got, oh, yeah, a couple side ones here are more in the blue. And blue on the front side, probably red on lift, it looks like. So yeah, different colored thrust. That's kind of cool. Again, with the red on the back, especially, kind of goes with it. Look a lot like brake lights. So that is really cool. Like the doorway here too, and the fact that it's kind of asymmetrically set up, so you don't have a doorway on the other side, which kind of maximizes your interior usable space at least. All right, so let's look at some numbers here. Unlock level 7. Wow. That's a really dirt cheap, isn't it? Unlock level 7. Looking over here too at the build cost. Yeah, 41 strafing, 82 lift. A lot of lift on here, which is great for this kind of ship. 21 reverse and 18 down. Keep in mind you can upgrade these or add more thrusters. Beyond adding thrusters, of course, being reforged 2, you can also upgrade the thrusters themselves to more powerful variants, which those CPU blocks would come in handy for. Got a detector, got a retractable Gatling turret on here as well. CPU wise, it is a Core 1 sitting at, wow, it's even got like 500 some left over. Look at that. That is really cheap. So yeah, look at this is super easy to get in the game. This would actually be very practical early game. I mean, when you're about player level 7, depending on the storage, we'll look at that in a second, but really easy to get in game. All the resources are right there. Very low production time. Of course, it does not have a shield on it right now because it's got a slot to add one. And let's see, and we don't have a warp drive, so I don't really need to check that either. Let's take a look at its storage. That is something I'm very curious about. So we got an ammo controller at 1500, storage controller at a little over 10K, and another storage controller at about 6500. So yeah, good, about 17,000 in storage, plus your ammo storage, so another 1500 there. So yeah, really great early game, like get around kind of thing. You can shoot down the occasional drone, you can upgrade it, and you can move a lot of your resources around with you for a while. Definitely like an early game type of build too, the way it's configured, and its resource costs, of course. And, of course, very pretty creation. Definitely like that. Cool color scheme. Goes with CrazyZ's other builds with the kind of elegant, often fancy sports car styling to them, which is very cool. So again, this is the Micro Lifter Eco by CrazyZ. Very nice build. All right, moving on to the next one. Now this one's a little bit. I think I got this on right now. This one is got a little more text behind it. Now this is a rebuild of another person's ship. The one I'm showing here now is the TGS Flightless Comarat Astra 2 by Mocha TGS. So this is a rebuild. Well, not really a rebuild. Kind of a modded version of Procyon Loader's Comarat, which the author also says is one of his favorite ships. And he wanted to set this up to be a player base for Ad Astra 2 scenario, or basically like a mod for the game. So this one is actually set up to be a player base, how it sits. So most things are stripped out of here. There's one other note. Once we get to it, I'll take a look at. Now, we looked at the original build, and I believe it was for Reforged Eden not too long ago. Very nice looking ship. Definitely like the aesthetics of it and its layout, and it's got the nice docking space over there, plus front like a hangar bay, which is also really cool. Very nicely detailed on the interior. Now we did look at this ship already. Obviously this one was stripped down to be very inexpensive, and there's a couple unique features about it here too. We got some fuel tanks over there. Constructor locations over here. It looks like in the sides there, another place for a small constructor. No, actually that wouldn't fit there with the wall there, but you can put it above, I suppose. Yeah, we got an armor locker on the other side. And then getting in here, we got a farming set up here, and obviously that's where the grow plots would go. We already have the grow lights installed, a couple plants around the area. Place for improved CPU extenders up over there. Storage controller on either side of the farm. Got a medical bay. Now this was explained. It's got 3 of these med bays in here, and in the description it's saying. Now, what did it say about that? Let me hold on a second. Basically, the entire thing is just remove the 4 extra in place. Oh, basically, I think there's something to do with like unlock level costs on the specialized medical equipment. So the author put in these, so you would already have all the costs paid, but you remove a bunch of these and you pop in the individual medical devices instead of these. I gotta believe that's something to do with like costs or unlock level stuff. So basically, like you'd get rid of 4 of these and replace them with the 4 specialized medical equipment parts, and 1 stays. Basically, and it's just kind of showing you where they would go. Like probably all your specialized medical equipment would go probably in these locations, and you would leave this one here. It's also in white, I think, to indicate that. Then we got a location for advanced CPU core right there. It's probably our shower and toilet. Let's see. Then we got a back room over here, which is a lot of room to put in big old parts in here. So yeah, definitely fit a shield. Yeah, I believe a shield right here. It's got a little more room than that too. Oh, it's got an access door to get in from the top side too. Generators up there. Warp drive goes right here, kind of sideways, turn that way, and yeah. So, and that it's got like 1 extra row up on top of where the shield would go, which would be excellent for even more generators, and that's actually probably what it's for. Where you could obviously you could upgrade that to a 1x3. You could put in a generator there. Upgrade that one. Yeah, you could up to 8 of those generators could fit in here. And it's very cool. Very cool. So now this one obviously was made to be inexpensive as well. I don't think it has any real thrust on it. it's got placeholders for all the different thrusters, like over here, and I think there's, yeah, one right there. And it's kind of all drawn out with blocks on exactly where the thrusters go. So you would have to remove these blocks and then place in the actual thrusters. Same thing going on the forward thrust. Basically all the thrusters on the entire build removed. Again, designed to be used as a player base when you first get it, and whatnot here. Let's sneak into the bridge here too. There was another deck I didn't really look at here. So we got more utility in the elevator, and then I got a quick way into the bridge from the top of the ship. And then this one doesn't have a cockpit either. It also talked about that you would have to add it. The cockpits require different resources and unlock levels and things like that, and it's something you got to kind of leave off if you're gonna do a build like this and have it as a early game starter base. And you can't even put in your basically your pilot seat. You got to leave that out too. There's a lot of things you got to leave out when you do that, but if you do it all, it comes out right and everything works. We also got a fridge, food processor, counter. I really like how this is displayed in here. Obviously it's from the original ship as well, but neat setup there because it kind of looks realistic, like you're actually looking into a kitchen in like an apartment or something like that. It's cool. A couple spare fridges over on the, well, sort fridges I'll call them, on the other side over there. So yeah, very, very nice. And then of course you got your hangar spot, or well, not hangar, landing spot up here, and then you have a hangar down obviously in the front of the ship. And I got to say again, I know I made comment on this looking at the original version of the ship. That is a really, really cool look at thruster housing. So unique and odd, that in such a cool way. It just, yeah, it's just neat. It looks like the whole thruster is like turned 45 degrees to its side. Yeah, almost looks like they would like move after you took off from the ground and maybe change your position a little bit or something like that. But again, very, very cool. Beyond that too, I believe you have additional like turret mount positions on here, like right over in the sides. Yeah, so very well thought out thing. Okay, so the big question, what does it cost? All right, start with unlock level 10. That's definitely low for a CV. Obviously, it doesn't move at the moment. It does have 6 sentry guns in here. 1 hour and 20-minute build time. And look at that. It doesn't require anything special whatsoever. Just your basic stuff. So yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I'd definitely say the hull is built with steel, based on the iron ingot count. CPU wise, core nothing. Well, core 1. It's a core 1, but you got, I mean, core nothing. It's only using 35,000 of that. 200,000 you get without adding any more CPU cores. So yeah, definitely you could get this thing totally operational, flyable, with a number of upgraded things, and then even probably a warp drive and shield and more stuff, and still be a core 1 build, which really keeps the cost down. You don't need any gold for the CPU blocks or any of that stuff going on there. Storage. Let's see. We've got quite a few things here. We got an ammo box at 14K. Looks like, let's see, that's 100. It's 500. So we got 600K right there. I know. Wow, this thing's got a lot of storage in it. So we're at 1.1 million storage so far. And I think that's it, though. I think the rest of these are going to be your boxes and things like that. So yeah, 1.1 million storage. Yeah, looks very, very usable. Spawn in early game, use it as a base, get it flying, get it airborne, use it as your main like base style CV to go through the galaxy. And obviously, yeah, another location over here probably for a multi-turret. I would guess right there. It would make sense. Something you would use for some asteroid mining or salvaging. Yeah, very, very cool build here. Again, this is the TGS Flightless Comarat Astra 2 by Mocha TGS. Very, very cool build. Well thought out. And the original build, again, is also by Procyon Loter, being the Comarat. for RE2 was the original build there. So yeah, very, very nice ship. All right, so moving on to the next build here. We have, this is the Astra 8X Farm, Reforged Econ 2 by Entei. So this is a Astra module. So designed to work with any creations out there that have Astra module support bays or module bays on them, which is really, really cool. And if you don't understand the module thing, if you're new to the game, it's there are creations built that have like docking points for these things to fly into them, and then you just kind of park them right on that main ship. And like something like a farm, you'd probably just leave it there your whole playtime, and the doors will link up on the front where it's almost like it's part of your other ship. But this handles like all the farming over here, so your main ship won't need farming capabilities because this one does it. Or the main ship could just have a bunch of different module bays of different kinds of modules, some for storage, some for production, some for other functions, some for farming, and then you can just kind of put all that into your main ship and fly around the galaxy with it. It's a really cool way to go. Definitely like the that style, kind of a nomadic style. But this is for a module. They're kind of rough because they're always typically rectangles. And it's what you do with that rectangle is what's important here. And this one here has got some really, really cool shaping, despite having to be a rectangle, pretty much. I love these glass windows coming in on the side like that, too. You can see a lot of farming block locations on the inside. And cool color scheme, too. Kind of doing a couple different shades of medium, dark gray, light gray, with some blue accents in there. Little texture light stuff going on in places. A lot of piping and things around the sides there. And obviously our cockpit would be up right over there. You can see the core right behind that. And yeah, I like the way the author used a force field kind of coming into it too. Makes it pretty universal. Different builds might have a little different layouts, and some module bays work with more than one module type too. And having like a universal or a fairly open door mechanism here makes it easier to fit those multiple modules in the same kind of bay, such as like the Majora or Helios modules as well. Some bays are universal. In fact, yeah, one of the bigger builds that I got to get back to pretty soon is trying to do the same thing where it can support different types of module bays in the same bay. So this one will work fine for that too. All right, so anyway, let's take a look at the inside here. Adjust the lights a bit here. And we are in. Okay, so yeah, it did say it was an 8X farm module, so it would basically have eight grow plot locations, or basically each one of these would be, is that true? Yeah, it's 4 on this side, 4 on the other side. So yeah, quite a lot of grow plots, and obviously you can use the RE2 fancy grow plots that would fill the whole space, or each space could have a individual 9 grow plots in them. So let's see, if we had 8 times 9, that would be 72 total grow plots, I believe, locations for. So in the front, or in the center, you get a couple food processors, a couple fridges, a couple more food processors. So yeah, just really set up nice. With that, we've got parts up along the ceiling, things like that. We have a ladder hanging here. This is going to get us to the cockpit. Yeah, very cool. Cockpit right there, and then you just kind of fly it in and park it. I mean, you could take one of these down to the planet or something like that too, or you could live out of it. Grow a lot of food for sure, but yeah, definitely a module, definitely made to dock to a ship with Astra module bays or compatible bays. Very, very nice. Yeah, it looks good. The lighting looks good. I like the layout of how the farms are set up too. You got the walk paths kind of going in the center, and you got nice clear visibility of all the farms, and those big old windows here really kind of add to the looks too. Give it a lot more sunlight, I guess you could say, on the inside. In fact, yeah, there we go. Get a little sunlight in there. Nice, nice. And I think that's the extent of it. Our main core is right up over there, kind of right behind the pilot seat. So somehow, if you spawn this and get blown up, moving it to a docking bay, well, yeah, hopefully it won't be a total loss because they'll probably shoot you and then the core will blow up too. But, yeah, very very nice, very nice. Like the texture light lining the inside here too, on the front side. See, does it do that on the back too? Different formation, but similar, sort of. Not really, but yeah, it's cool. Very very cool. All right, let's look at some numbers here. Unlock level 15, size class 1, 23 forward, 11 strafing, 23 lift, 23 reverse, 23 down. Again, it doesn't matter if something like this is very maneuverable. This is fine. It actually maneuvers quite well. But it doesn't matter. It's not going to get weighed down with things. It doesn't hold a lot of storage or anything like that. Now, one thing I'm looking at here, and something I think I missed on the inside, is I'm looking at the power consumption at negative 316 watts. This is important because that means it's going to have turbines on it, and it sounded like it did too. In fact, it was pretty noisy. And I think, yeah, we've got, that's a turbine. Let's see, I don't know how many turbines we have on here. At least 2 or 3. I think 3, maybe. Maybe there's 4 even. Yeah, I think 4. Yeah, one there, one there. It's not. That's not a turbine there. That's cool. But anyway, it's basically it's creating its own power. So in other words, this thing just chilling. I believe you could grow all your food and never sort of starting it up. You'd have to put in a little bit of fuel, just a smidgen of fuel to get this thing started, and then after that, the turbines take over, and it shouldn't ever need fuel again. So yeah, that's another really really awesome feature about it. It's just self-powering, basically, which is really really cool. Let's see, CPU wise, really, yeah, core 1, barely even touching on that. It goes to 200,000, only using 56,000 of that. No shield. I'm gonna expect a shield on this. Yeah, again, I love seeing that negative power number there. That is really really cool. P menu options. We got our food processor power and override light. Something or other. Oh, so added in some a little more lighting, a little more effects, and a little steamy stuff. That's cool. That's cool. So yeah, yeah. So by turning that on, it probably the power consumption. Oops. Oh, what should be here? Yeah, it's still negative 306, and it was. Let me turn those off. Yeah, no, negative 356 now. So yeah. No problem whatsoever growing farms. And all the grow lights are on right now too. So it's like everything that it would need power already has power, sort of like using your food processors. Yeah, very nice. Okay, storage. So we got a fridge in and a fridge out. It doesn't get too much simpler than that. Yeah, so no real storage. Obviously, why would I have a storage? Why would I have like a storage bay? That would make no sense on what it was designed to do, unless you want to store a bunch of your food in a standard cargo bay and have it all go bad. That wouldn't make any sense at all. So yeah, just a couple fridges in there. So again, this is the Astra 8X Farm Reforged Eden 2 by Entei. Very very nice, well thought out build. And pretty, especially. And again, I'm a little bit of a nut for the old turbines there. I love to see that negative power. Don't ask me why. It was brought up to me as like, you can get a lot of Promethium pretty quick in game. Especially when you got miners and stuff, and it's not that big a deal to make fuel. But if you don't have to, you don't have to. So that's just one less chore you got to do when you're playing the game. I'd rather spend the time rather than mining Promethium, getting more fuel or other resources, for things. All right, so the next build here. This is the Xylon RE2 by Xylon. That's Xiaolong is how both the author name and the ship name is spelled. And this looks really really different. This is cool looking. I like the texturing and the red accents in there. It's a pretty unusual shape design too. Kind of a fork kind of set up on the front. Got a bridge right in the center there. Kind of looking like there's going to be some different upgrade options here too. A lot of this looks like filler, or I don't know, maybe a retractable turret or something. You could remove those bottom blocks and that and pop that in there. Not exactly sure yet. Or just some launchers. Could be gun positions actually. That would actually make a lot more sense than a turret. Is some like 3 1 by 1 by 1 by whatever length launchers in there. Got our strafing thrusts over here. Yeah, a lot of interesting block work going on in here. Looks like quite a few turret mounts. There's some, I believe those would be some more turret mounts. We got radar over here. Hold on, I just got to see what that is. Why don't you tell me? Ah, it is a real one. It is a real one. There we go. Long range radar built in. There's a deco model of that too, and a lot of them will have decos on it. So I usually like to just see if it's got the real one or not. If it does have the real one, it's gonna add some other items to the build costs. But you know, the long range radar 60 is definitely a lot nicer than a standard detector. Wait a second. Oh, we got a location for a big radar array too, which is the upgraded version of the long range radar. This one's, I'm sure, fake because you can't have both of them on. Yeah, this is just the fake part right now, placeholder basically. It's really cool that you can actually put the real part in there as a placeholder though. So yeah, you can put a long range radar array on here as well. Quite a lot of forward thrust. Looks like you definitely upgrade the top thruster here to a drive thruster instead of the large thruster that's in there now. And a turret location over there. Check out the bottom side a little bit. Wow, that's really raised up there. So yeah, this looks like another location where you could put in like a big old drive thruster there for lift as well. So yeah, the author was definitely thinking about like upgrading it and trying to keep the initial resource down a little bit. Oh, this is really interesting. We do have some guns over here, some launchers. What are those? Those are, okay, dual plasma. Okay, so that's, okay. So that's one gun. And I believe the way those guns shoot is, I think they're 3 blocks tall. And the projectile actually comes between the two, which would fire right over this block. I was looking at that block and I was like, isn't that going to block the turret or the launcher right there? And no, it won't, because yeah, it's a 3 block tall thing and it would probably fire out of the center right above that block. So yep. And I think some more probably turret locations right there. Spotlights on the front. A lot of down thrust on here. Kind of meant to, you know, if you're gonna have like a CB that's really meant for space, or generally meant for space, it is nice to have very balanced thrust with your lift and your down thrust and strafing thrust and all of it, so it flies nice in space. So I wouldn't doubt that this is matched to its current lift thrust, having 2 large thrusters and 2 drive thrusters there. We'll look at the numbers later on, but yeah, I got a couple of drive thrusters there, and yep, yeah, look at that, a couple large thrusters there too. So yeah, this thing looks like it's gonna be quite speedy and quite upgradable with its thrust. All right, well, anyway, I gotta find. I was kind of flying around, kind of looking for a way in, and I'm sure it probably has several. But it's looking like it's going to be a little sneaky here. Here, let's, I want to see if anything opens up on the bottom side here. Let me in. This looks like a location that might have that. Around the back. Around the top. I might choose. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to fly into here. Here, we'll just light 2. And we'll find our exits. They're sneaky on this build. There's probably a couple right in front of my face I didn't see, which is very, very likely. All right, so we got our cockpit area over here. Looks like we got a couple side. Oh, yeah, we can get in right here. Okay, there's two entrances at least. There's probably more. So yeah, into the cockpit, nice visibility there, and looks like we got a medical bay here. Wow, I don't ever think I ever seen one of those upside down before. That's cool. Different way to display it. Keeps it fresh. Got O2, all our specialized medical equipment right in the area here too as well. I'm hearing a turbine right above the head there. Looks like we got a small turbine, at least one there. This is really wildly unique back here. Wow, kind of a, yeah, weird slanted floor. That's something you don't see every day. Again, all these areas here look like this would be for more CPU blocks. You can see one CPU block there. Maybe put in a couple like improved CPU cores there, or maybe a single superior, or yeah, I think a superior would be 2x2. This works though with the angled floor. It doesn't cause you any problems. Very unique though. And we got some more CPU cores over here, and small shield parts. I'm guessing right in front of it. Like you could fit two like small shield parts, if I got that right. And same thing for the other side here. And then we got an advanced constructor kind of in the middle on this. That's just very unique the way this is laid out on the inside here. It's with the angled floors. So you don't see that really much at all. That's cool though. It works. You can walk up them fine. It's using all the 22.5 degree slopes, so it's not going to cause you a bunch of issues there. Well, except for this one, and it's not causing me an issue right now. Then we got our main shield right over there, and a warp drive back over here. Fuel tanks, yeah, more turbines. What a unusual interior. And I don't think there's any more subrooms off from here. I didn't see any at least. Well, just the warp room in the back there. So I think that is the ship. Pretty straightforward, right to the point here. Bridge on the front, and I didn't see any other entryways either. Let me just scan one more time on the inside here, but didn't really see any more like side doors or anything like that, or doors from the top or ground. All right. Well, let's look at some numbers here. Lights back rolling. And okay, so unlock level 25, size class 3, 38 forward, 19 strafing, 38 lift, 28 reverse, 40 down, 13 fuel tanks, 7 oxygen tanks. Does have the 2 ship cannon lights, 2 light cannon turrets, dual plasma cannons. Wow, quite a lot of launchers on here. Then we got a long range radar and 4 light Gatling turrets as well. 8 hour and 39 minute build time. Looks like it's going to be a core 9. Or actually that would be a core 8, I think. By taking a look at the 2 quantum processors being used there. So yeah, I do believe it is a core 8, 76,000 CPU. Let's take a look right in here, and here, let me sort that. I think it's lying. Yeah, there. That's a core 8. Yep, 1 superior core. So you did have a location for another superior core on the inside. We did see that when we walked through there to bring it up to a core 9. But yeah, very, very cool. Quite a lot of firepower on it too. Let me just check one last spec here. Combat steel. At least on the front. Okay, mix hull materials. But definitely combat steel up in these areas. Big ol' lights on the front there. And decoys. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We got sneaky decoys. I see what's going on. So this is kind of actually intended for combat. It kind of makes sense when you have your bridge sitting back like that. The AI is going to be attracted to whatever it sees first, which is going to be the decoys and the fork arms on the front of it. And both sides have quite a few decoys. Generators, launcher, turret, thruster. So yeah, all kinds of things for the AI to be shooting at up in the two parts there. And then you get this thing equipped with even more weaponry with all these turret mount positions, I believe, all over the place. That one might not work right there too well. It would work when it would float half block above, but that would work. That would work. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of turret mount positions. If you're looking at all these symbols, like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, another one there. Yeah, you can just load this thing up with turrets everywhere. It looks like. All right, let's take a look at its storage. We got an ammo controller at 320k. Let's see, two standard controllers at 640k each, and a harvest controller at 320k plus your tax take. So yeah, quite a lot of storage on here too. Nice 320k ammo bay, harvest controller already, and a couple big 640s beyond that. So very nice. Again, this is the Xylon RE2 by Xylon. Very, very cool. Very cool build. Really, I gotta say, just so unique the way the back room over here was configured with the floor and the slopes and the stuff. Just that's very unusual. Very unusual. Very, very cool. I like to see things that are different than the norm. It's fun. Definitely. All right. Well, anyway, let me power you off and let's go to the next build here. A little smaller. So here we have the Anubis Vandal by RE2 by Fuji. And this is a nice looking SV like fighter. Yeah, definitely a fighter. We got quite a lot of guns on here. Very sleek looking aerodynamic shape. And I'm really confused at what I'm looking at here for a cockpit. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this is not a prefab cockpit. This is all individual glass windows that were laid out here, and then we got our pilot seat right there. But what's really confusing me, what is that white thing there? Hold on. I got to inspect this. I'm gonna capture that part. What is that? It's probably got a shield on. No, it doesn't. I don't know. I don't even know what I grabbed. What am I looking at here? Oh! Didn't mean to get rid of you. What is that? Canopy force field. Really? That's got to be a new part. I've never seen that before. Didn't know it existed, but yeah. It is a high hit point canopy force field. 22,500 hit points. And it's protecting, like, the cockpit. It, like, fits over the cockpit. Well, that's unique. When did that come into the game? I'm gonna have to look for that. It's pretty interesting. Is it paintable? Hold on. I'm just testing. Okay, so yeah, okay, that would be if it was gray. Okay, so it probably not. Well, we got default colors here, so yeah, okay, so interesting. Let me undo what I did. Canopy cock. Wow. Okay, sorry, I got a little tripped up on the new part there. It's I like to figure out what I'm looking at. So you know. So I know. So we all know. That is very cool. We got Wi-Fi in there too. That's kind of gives you some ideas. I mean, one of the problems with SVs, especially having a cockpit on the front, like a normal fighter would have the cockpit on the front, and that's how I think they look the best too. But often the cockpits are, very vulnerable, and if you put a cockpit up front on an SV and you're fighting a more difficult POI, it can easily blow your cockpit up like almost instantaneously, and then you're just dead, or fall to the ground and your ship's getting wasted and it's all bad. So this is added protection for that, which is a really good idea. So also using a really bright spotlight, kind of. I like the way that's set up there too, with the glass in front of it. You see that? Looks like three GATs. Wow, wait, what are these suckers here? Hold on. Vulcan cannon. Oh, that looks really cool. Look at the like the ammo, like the ammo gets fed into it. You know, like the big old minigun or something like that. God, is that new too? Or maybe it was around, but I just... Yeah, that's cool. So we got like a regular Gatling gun here. But these are two heavy Vulcan cannons. That looks really cool. That looks really cool. Alright. All kinds of tricky stuff going on in this build here. Oh, more GATs up top too. Oh, wait, are those GATs? Yeah, those are GATs. Okay. Alright, well... Let's look at the rest of the build here. Didn't even get to the backside yet. Oh, that looks cool. So we got a couple designer thrusters in here. Really, really wild with the whole paint job around the thrusters, the kind of oranges and blues. We've got, I think that is one of those a fusion reactor. Inside there, there's heavy glass on the outside. Same thing going on with the part there. Got a trauma station. Wow, look at all this. Look at all the utility back here. Got a food processor, fridge, constructor right there. Wait. Yeah, that's a constructor. Oh, and then this is the armor locker in front of that. We got O2 there. Wow, this thing's got everything laid out right on the back here. That's cool. And then we have a top door getting into where our warp drive is. And a little extra room in here too, it looks like. So yeah, place for I don't know, maybe some more generators. One is that 3, 1, 2, 3, or maybe 4 blocks long there on the sides. I think that's usable space. Yeah. So we got a detector in there as well. Warp drive. One of these is shield. Hold on, I'm gonna look at these parts. Yeah, advanced shield generator and a fusion reactor back there. Oh, that's cool. So I like the access bay in there too. So okay, so now a big question is, how do I? Oh, I bet you it's right there, isn't it? Yep, it is. I was just gonna ask, how do you get into the cockpit? And that there you go. It's got this bottom door over here. And you can just kind of get up there and bam, you're in. You barely notice that canopy either. I was kind of wondering if it was going to kind of cause a glassy, weird look or something to make it hard to see from inside, kind of looking like through 2 sheets of glass, basically. But no, it actually does not obstruct the view at all, which is cool. So yeah, really wild build there. Some new innovations, some new parts. Like the design here. When I first started playing the game, I didn't really do interiors on my early SVs that I was using in the game. I instead would lay everything out on like the back. So I'd just hop out and I would run back here for all my utility stuff and then hop back in and fly away. And usually what I was ended up doing too, very early game when I played this and used SVs with this format, or built a couple, well, kind of crappy SVs with this format. I liked them, and I was also doing a lot of field repairs with the build. So I'd be attacking a POI. This is before there was shields. And then I would, take a few hits here and there, and then I would go out with a multi-tool and fix everything, and then head back in and do it again until I took down all the turrets and stuff on the POI. So, yeah, very, very cool. Okay, storage. We did not look at your storage yet. Yes, the Anubis Vandal. So we got 9K ammo. Got a cockpit fridge fuel box. It's a box. Okay, so I think just your 9K ammo, and then some sort boxes in there. Let's take a look. It does have a stock shield on here. 10,176 hit points. And then also we did have a warp drive. So, yeah, that's in there too. And I think it had a turbine. Did it have a turbine? No. I'm thinking of a different build. You'd kind of hear it. And never mind, there's no turbines for SVs anyway, so that makes no sense at all. Anyway, yeah, very, very cool, innovative build there. And seeing, like, this part and actually this gun for the first time as well. Oh, you know what? We did not look at the CPU. Okay, 28,000 using 27,905. That will translate, I believe, to a Core 9. Yeah, Core 9. So, yeah, 2 basic, 2 improved, 2 advanced, and 2 superior cores in the build. But not going past Core 9. And it's got, you know, some pretty interesting gun setup on here. I'm wondering how effective this is on, like, I guess it depends what you're shooting, too. But, yeah, those are cool. They're just cool. I almost want to, like, build a build around that. Build, like, an A10. Put one of those in the nose. That'd be a lot of fun. All right. Well, anyway. This, again, is the Anubis Vandal RE2 by Fuji. Very cool and innovative build there. All right. So, moving on to the next one, a little bigger. We're visiting Star Trek again, and this is the Star Trek Reliant for RE2 by Dom Santini. And yeah, very cool, very cool. I remember seeing this. Actually, got in a fight with a version of a previous Enterprise in the Wrath of Khan, original Star Trek movie there. And I thought this ship looked so cool. I just thought it was such a cool looking Star Trek ship. It was kind of unique from a lot of the other Star Trek ships at the time when I was watching, and it still, you know, still has the big saucer going on and all that, but it's just different configuration on it, and I thought it looked so cool. I thought it was definitely one of the better looking Star Trek ships, especially early Star Trek. We're talking, you know, I think like back in the 80s when that movie came out, The Wrath of Khan. This is really cool. This is really cool. Look at that. We got a big section over here with God, there's a bunch of guns in there. That's what, 5 turrets? 5 like rocket missile turrets there. We got our bridge section here. It's actually pretty small little area right there. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Yeah, we got some guns up front here. Whole lot of laser cannons. Oh, yeah, and more. We've got modulated laser turrets. Oh, wow, look at all the retractables down in there, too. Holy crap. And all the retractables. Oh, we got to do something. We're going to pull the guns out. Got to see the guns. Jeez. I could tell you right now this is not going to be like anywhere near a Core 9. But that's cool. That is cool. Oh, wow, we've got, 8 artillery turrets. Yeah. Plasma artillery turrets on the top. Plus, oh, geez. Well, that's just brutal. Okay, so this Reliant here would have probably easily taken down the Enterprise in the Wrath of Khan, if it could find it in the Nebula, which they had navigation issues. So maybe not, but you know, if it did get a good sight on the other ship with this, I don't think it would take too long before the other ship didn't work anymore. A little sentry gun over here. Like, what are you gonna do, buddy? Like, who are you gonna shoot? Oh man. Okay. No, this is really cool. I'm just having fun here. I like these nacelles a lot too. I like the black going in there and the smooth edges. The Star Trek ships generally are very engineered looking. Use a lot of big sweeping shapes and curves and generally smooth. They're often a difficult kind of ship to build in Empyrion because you just don't have the angles needed to pull a lot of the stuff off. But, you know, the author did, I think, really, really good on this. You know, it was able to use the 22.5 degree angle here You know, as smooth as you could do with a big round section for a big saucer like this. I mean, you just don't have the fine-tuned different shaped blocks to be able to make that really perfectly fit in there. And again, yeah, yeah, very, very cool on the LCDs there. Curved around USS Reliant right there. All right, so I'm gonna get aboard here, and well, let's come in here. So this looks like a whole lot of space. I don't know if I'm gonna adjust the lights yet or not. I don't know if the interior is gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna get here. We'll just keep it about where it is. So we do have a medical bay back over here, armor locker, armor or weapon locker, armor repair, and a lot of room. We got a, oh, this is a big old hangar actually. We got a repair bay right in the middle there, and there's our repair console, and it kind of goes around here to the oh, we got a ground access area. The ground's a ways down there, isn't it? Oh, down over here, and oh, we're on a ramp right now, aren't we? Oh, look at that. Okay, so yeah, ground access if it's sitting like that. I don't know if it has. Oh yeah, it does have some landing gear too. I didn't actually land this all the way down to the ground. I probably should have, but the terrain is so uneven it would have just been all stupid, I think, if I tried. And it's a big ship. It's really hard to fit a bigger ship on a flat ground in the game. I don't think there was any offshoots from the elevator here. Just double checking. Nice. No. Okay. Get back up to the top. Alright, so beyond there, I got a, looks like a single door in the middle here. But again, a whole lot of room in the this hangar area. Even if you wanted to set up, I don't know what the ship has in it yet, but could it, you know, add more production or other things too. Okay, now we're kind of getting in the nitty-gritties here. Let me, I'll adjust the lights some here. Alright, so we got engineering 1 and 2. Ah, big old plasma turbines in here. So, yeah, looks like 2 turbines there. And on the other side, I bet we got the other 2. Yep. So, 4 big plasma turbines. That's a lot of power generation right there. And we got a mess hall. Arbor. I'm not even going to try to say Arbitrum. If I said that right. No, another fancy way to call a farm. So we got a grow plots right in here. And looks like 4 of the fancy reforging and 2 ones already installed. Grow lights above there. And we got some medium turbines in there too. So this is probably doing a lot of turbines. We got a mess hall. Yep. Got a couple people back over here. Couch in the corner. TV. And we are going this way. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're getting in all kinds of hallways and things. So, let me guess. This is probably crew rooms. Yep. Yeah, cool looking crew room. Got your shower, bed, separate room. Very nice. Yeah, let's go this way. Okay, so pretty big open space over here as well. Be some storage or something. And then we got more hallways here. And I think that these are going to be a bunch more crew rooms. Yep, I think they're all the same design. Oh, person in this one. Oh, do they all have people in them? Nope, not all of them. We have a couple clones though. We got the same person. Yeah, someone's having fun with the clone chamber. Oh, and then we got a couple co-pilots over here and an instructor dude and another one. And I think that's at the front hallway there. All right, so we're gonna backtrack a little bit here. Okay, so that was all off the one side. So we got a center, and then we got another side. I just want to... I have a feeling this might be the same. On this side, it kind of looks like it is. Yeah, same... Yeah, another chill out place there. And then... well, no, actually, this is different over here. It's not the same. Captain's quarters. Exterior access. Okay, is that... Oh, no, this is a different location. Yeah. Oh, we're falling. Okay. Ah! I was out of God mode when I jumped out there. That'd hurt. All right, so this... Okay, so we're back here again. All right. Okay, so we have our bridge that way and fabrication. Let's go back to the shuttle bay and... Oh, wait, no, this is where we came in. Yeah, never mind. We got a couple floors off from this elevator here. So, yeah. This is different than the other room that we've seen. Okay, so we got a couple more pilots. We got a gravity generator here. Quite a few crew members. And what is down here? Ah, here is production. Oh, wow, look at that. So we got a universal constructor. Looks like 4 advanced constructors in here. Oh, we got a pilot seat right here. Little window down there. This isn't the main bridge, though, but if you need to take action when you're down in production, that's a really good idea, actually. Quick, so you can take control of your ship. And you might be spending a decent amount of time down in here, you know, crafting and building things and whatnot. Okay, so let's go here. So we got a, looks like a medical bay over here. And just if you're new to the game and whatnot, if you do have this piece, it does the function of this piece. So this will be the clone chamber. This is just called a medical bay. The medical bay does the cloning. It's kind of like an upgraded version of that. So you probably won't need both. Just saying. It's not that it's like that costs hardly anything at all. But I'm just saying you probably won't need both. Over here we got a deconstructor. O2 and armor locker over here. And we got a teleporter. Now, one thing to know about teleporters, too, is they do use a lot of power just sitting there. If they're not being used, not on. Now, this one's obviously turned off right now, so I think the author already knew that. I'm wondering if we got a teleporter power button. Or is there a switch in the area here? Well, basically, to teleport, you would have to turn it... on, but when it's on, it takes a lot of power. So a common way around that is you put in a motion sensor. Oh, it's got one. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up. It's just for some reason it wasn't working right now, but that's probably the game. Never mind. I totally apologize for that. I totally didn't even see the sensor. I believe that is supposed to be turning it on, but for whatever reason, it's not. Hold on. Yeah, it's yeah, set right there. You can see that it's bounding window. What is this set to? Signal 1 follow. You know, it might be. It's probably just something in creative mode where I might have to like power off the creation, turn it back on, and it starts working fine. I've seen that so many times, even in my own gameplay playthroughs and things. To everything works fine. You spot it, Gabe. Sensors aren't working right. Got to kind of reset everything. So we got the USS Reliant, Starfleet Registry, NCC 1864, Miranda class. Is there in truth no beauty? And then we're to the main bridge over here. We got our people. That dude, if we change his face a little bit, he could be like Ferengi. Very cool pilot seat. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, very cool. Reliant there. We got quick access into the cockpit right above there. No, we don't. That's a glass door. Yeah, that it would be a decent option though to have quick access coming directly in or nearby the this bridge as well, just for something. Like if this was just a door or something on the top, you could just flop right in here if you're out in space. It happens a lot if you're, especially if you're blowing up everything in the galaxy with a ship here, and you're looting, and then some Xerox ship comes flying by when you're out looting, and you got to get back in here real fast. It's really nice to be able to, like, get in there super as quickly as possible and jump in, and that would be like a perfect location for like a little door or something to get you right in there. But yeah, very, very cool. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Now, I already know this is not going to be a Core 9. So, all right, let's start here. Unlock level 25, size class 12, 79 forward, 54 strafing, 86 lift, 71 reverse, 73 down, 44 fuel tanks, 32 oxygen tanks. A lot of guns. A lot of guns. 47 of this type over here, those medium laser turrets. 47 of them. Plus, I mean, these retractable plasma artillery turrets are no joke either. There's 14 of them. So a lot of firepower. 31 hour and 45-minute build time. Uses a lot of the good old quantum processors there and other things. It's got a lot of... I didn't know you could put this many on a build. I thought it was limited to 4, but I don't think this is playing by that. So just keep in mind, there's a number of builders that are building not to play by like the very strict like rules in Reforged 2 with how many cores and things like that. So this is running a lot of big stuff going on in here. So it's going to take quite a bit to get this spawned in. We got a quantum core large, so I'm curious on how the CPU is. And I think the author really did try to balance the CPU here. Got it pretty close, actually, probably in a functional closeness, but that's a lot of CPU cores. Yeah, yep. Well, I figure Core 9 is what 8. Well, maybe it went to 900,000 CPU. I think 900,000 CPU. So going to 4 million. Or, well, 3.8 million CPU. Yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get a creation up there. And the weapons are doing a lot of that. Stock shield on here, 132,907. Let's see. I wanted to check something in here, too. Let me sort that. I just want to see what kind of warp drive we got in here. Huh? All right. Well, yeah, it's not playing by your standard rules. It's got like 2 warp drives. They're advanced warp drives, so 60 light year warping range. It would be cool if it doubled. Like if you put in 2, you could get to 120. That'd be an interesting game option. And double pentax and tanks. That might be a copy and paste thing. It allowed the author to do that, like or in symmetry or something like that. I'm not sure. It's usually illegal. Like a legal part to have more than 1 warp drive or pentax tank in a build. Storage. So I think we're gonna have a lot of storage controllers. It's looking like. Got an ammo controller here at 320. Bunch over here. It's 272. These all, okay, 3 auxes, all at 272. An extra at 584. Another at 640. Okay, so all these here are 640s, I think. 4 of them. 128. And I think that's it for the controllers on that. Some sort boxes and other parts there. So yeah, very, very cool Reliant replica. Looks really snazzy. Yeah, a lot of firepower on it too. So again, this is the Star Trek Reliant for RE2 by Dom Santini. Very, very nice. All right, so the next build here, I got to fly a little east. Let me get my HUD on. I purposely spawned this other build further away. Let me see if I'm... Yeah, we're almost there. Because it was... it's a very high size class build that was causing a lot of performance if I had it close to the other builds over there. Or performance issues. So this here is the Atlantis control room. Excuse me, control room rework by Fearless. Okay, so back in time, there was someone made a replica of the Stargate Atlantis, this city, and it was just like a white box kind of thing. And I don't know if this author grabbed that and decided to do more with it. I think that is the case, and like reworking a lot of it in different places, if it's even that. If it's even that original one that I seen from a long time ago. It's been on the workshop for probably close to 10 years. And it was, just kind of a replica of Stargate Atlantis, which I've never seen that actual whole series. So, this is really cool. Very unusual looking city, kind of almost like a spaceship kind of city, sort of. And I see there's a lot of different texturing things going on in here, different parts, very unique shape. You can look at it from the top down there. Kind of, it's got like six sides. It's really wild that these are built out on different angles, which is that's really cool. Of course, there's going to be some blocks that don't quite fit with those angles. However, right here, it looks like that is a 22.5. Huh. And then on the center here, you got this like big city. Oh wow. Well, that's cool. It's got some skywalks going to the different pillars. Even an angled skywalk. That's wild. Wow. Quite a structure. And all the individual buildings here, and then of course you got the tallest building in the very center, which is really quite tall. Wow, that goes actually way down there too. This is just such a unique city. I'm gonna have to check out Stargate Atlantis someday, the actual series, and check that out. I know a lot of people like it. I only seen Stargate Universe. I did not see G1, I think it was, and Atlantis. I did not see those two. Alright, so I'm going to fly around in the center a little bit here. I'm not exactly sure. This is quite a massive build. I don't necessarily want to walk through all of it because it's gigantic. But this is cool. I like the difference in carpet in here. Kind of open. So we got a room over here with some stuff, and looks like our power room. Or building. We got stuff below too. Well, I have no idea where I'm going. I'm gonna stay in God mode for this so I can move faster. So down. Wow, this is like below everything. So we got offline protection. What? Wait a minute. I thought this was a base. I'm wrong. This is a CV. Holy smokes. Okay. I got it. I didn't even think about that. I just assumed it was a base. Look at all the RCS units. That helps with steering and navigation. And, well, helps with turning. I won't say steering. Oh, yeah, look at the thrusters down in here. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's... Wow. Okay, this thing flies. Holy crap. When I said it's like a spaceship city, I guess I was actually right. It is a spaceship city. It flies. I didn't realize that. I didn't when I spawned it. I looked at it and assumed this was a base. I didn't think it was a CV. Holy crap. Wow, okay. All right, let's fly around. This looks like a farming tower here, which I was seeing from the outside there. That looked pretty interesting. So we got some processing down here, and let me guess, we got an elevator. Oh, it goes down too. Jeez. And then we get into our different levels of farming. I see we got plants already like grown in here. I didn't know that was a thing anymore. I thought that was like, or maybe this is an original thing. Back in the day when you, like if you had a survival ship that you were growing food in and then you wanted to put it to the workshop and you saved it and it had plants grown, all those plants would also just show up when anybody spawned the creation. And that's what's happening here too. So, interesting. Almost a bit of a cheat. I don't think this works anymore. But back in the day it did, and it looks like it's still carried on, like it was never corrected to remove the plants and just put in the grow plots. They kept the plants. Cool configuration for a farm, though. Kind of this big tower thing. It looks like 4x4 farming areas on each floor. And it looks like, I think, around the top floor now. But yeah, it's got a whole bunch of crops already planted in it. And hold on, down below, yeah, this is the farming. This is what's below the farm. Oh my God, this thing is absolutely enormous. Wow, very unusual spaceship. City spaceship. I don't even know where. Okay, this is at the bottom. Oh my goodness. All right. So where do we go now? So this is one. Let's take this. We're on a central elevator. Taxi tank. I love seeing all the other buildings and everything around you when you're in the one building through the windows there. It does look like you're in a city. Just checking out some of the stuff here. I don't exactly know what was updated from the other version. This is like the version I looked at one point in time when I first started doing these videos was a very long time ago, and it was a white box version. I don't think it had it like interior or anything. It was just kind of modeled out with their overall like outside shape, and it was a base. So this one is very different. And again, I don't even know if it's using that original one or not. I have no idea. Computer Center Engineering. A whole city. Yeah, I love the skywalks in there too. All the buildings. Main elevator. Okay, so we are on the main elevator. I'm not trying to look at the whole thing. I could spend a long time looking at the whole build going on to all the different areas I'm sure it has. But just kind of getting around a little bit, seeing what it's generally like. I think I'm in the central tower right now, so I kept on wanting to, definitely wanted to hit this one. See what's happening here. A lot of floors. This thing's gigantic. I don't know the size class right now. I didn't look. There's some ammo boxes there. On floor 9 here in the central tower. And we got some balconies overlooking the wow, the city. These are the suburbs down over there. We're in like downtown over here. And I think we're at the top. Oh, that's a freaky sideways elevator there. I don't know what that does. I guess it just stops here. Oh, we're not even really actually all the way up, are we? No, we're not. Wait a minute. How do you get here? Oh, this is like some special. This is like this is where the person with all the money lives. Top resort place with the custom blue marble, very very rare in the galaxy. No, this is wild. I don't know how you get here though, unless you just land here. Is there a landing platform? What the heck? Oh, there's an elevator over here. Oh wow. It goes up to yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's elevator access. It's just off to the side over there. Very very freaky. Yeah, that's like the penthouse suite. Oh, we got some guns here too. So when you're flying this thing, how does that work? I don't even know where the cockpit would be. Would it be in the central? Up by the VIP room over here? I don't know. But really, really wild. Now, the name of this is Control Room Rework. So I don't know what where the control room exactly is. But yeah, let's check out a couple more areas on here. We got a big old hangar. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest hangar doors there. Welcome to Atlantis. Ah, this thing's wild. So there is an awful lot to explore in here. Yeah, we got yeah, utility function there. Again, I am so lost, so I'm gonna fly through the hall a little bit and see. Looks like only some areas have been like worked out on the interior. This thing would have an absolutely massive, massive interior. I can't imagine trying to fully detail the whole build. And I can't, well, I can imagine it would be grueling and take it forever and a day. But I can't imagine what the size class would end up being after that. I think that could be pretty treacherous. But you could almost have like a full racetrack down over here. I was thinking if this goes all circle. Yeah, I could have like a speed racer track going through here. Oh, and that's just on the one little alcove. Oh my god. Yeah, this thing is just okay. Anyway, let's look at some numbers. I don't even know what to say. This is a very big build here. So size class 84. Now right now, let me turn on the thrusters because this actually does move. So a lot of lift thrust. Other than that, looks like the other directions it's doing 9, so it goes up and down pretty good though. So that would make sense, you know, it'd take off into space, and then the whole thing might, you know, if it was flying around, it'd probably be facing this direction here. This would be the front of the ship when you're flying through space, I would guess. So if it did have a cockpit, if it was angled up like that, it would kind of make sense, and then you'd all the lift thrust getting off the planet would actually be your forward thrust on the build. All right, CPU wise, I don't think it ain't playing that. It's not. It's definitely not playing the CPU game. All right, let's take a look. I want to check out. Okay, so we do have a number of cockpits in here too. There's 5 different cockpits. It's interesting to note. So we do have a warp drive. It is a looks like a standard warp drive. Doesn't appear we have a shield on board. And as in like guns and stuff, it does have a number of weapons around, probably mostly defensive, but yeah, quite a different set. These are actually like following like your weapon limits of vanilla, I think. Yeah, with how many you can put of each type on a build. But I'm not even sure if I've seen the reworked area, but maybe the whole thing is. But this is a really, really wild creation. I mean, yeah, that's... And again, I didn't think it was a CV. I thought it was a base. But yeah, the whole thing's a CV. You know, I'm going to look at storage too. I'm not sure if it's doing that or not. We'll find out. No, so we got, looks like a lot of ammo boxes and a lot of cargo boxes. A lot of stuff. Okay, but I'm not seeing any actual storage controllers on board. A lot of sort boxes, of course. Yeah, again, yeah, very, very wild. Cool thing to look at. Definitely is. That would freak me out if I seen this in space flying around somewhere. I'd be like, what the? Very, very cool. Again, this is the Atlantis Control Room rework by Fearless. Very, very nice. All right, so let's go to the next build here. It's actually the last build. I got to get back. I think I need to go west a little bit here. Again, I originally had this spawn right by the other builds and was causing so much frame rate problems that I decided to move it out of the way. Okay, so last build here. is this guy. This yeah, a little smaller this time. You turn you on. This is the Gas Armored FC by Memesir 9090. So this is a new author to me as well. This was in new releases. It looked pretty interesting. I thought I would check it out here. It looks like a cool looking fighter, or fighter-like creation. It does have obvious some turret mount positions along the front here. A couple RCS are built into it. Or I said turret, I meant launcher. Yeah, a couple, actually 4 launcher slots it looks like. I like the way the thruster setups are done with the wings kind of off to the side here. And it looks like I almost kind of meant to maybe, I don't know, maybe not upgrade them, but yeah, that is cool. That's very cool. Like the red on the back there. Interesting paint job too. It's kind of going with the whites and the blacks, kind of in different formations, which give it a nice look. Using the old X-wing cockpit here. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, just a neat looking SV. It looks like it's actually going to be quite inexpensive right now, and then you kind of add your own guns. I'm going to fly in the hull a little bit here. See what kind of parts we see. I got an RCS back there. It looks like we're running some combat steel on this. O2 generator, main core. We got a storage. Or probably an ammo controller in here. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I like the shape and overall looks of it. This is again pretty cool setup with the like these thrusters over there covering like your lift, your forward, your reverse, everything but the strafing, which I think is back over there. Yeah, very cool. Let's take a look at some numbers here. So, unlock level 12, size class 1, 96 forward. Wow, really fast forward. 96 forward, 19 strafing, 24 lift, 38 reverse, 16 down, 1 fuel tank, 1 oxygen tank. It does have a detector. And 21 minute and 2 second build time. It does look like it's using some plasma thrusters on here. That's why you need the plasma converters for it. Maybe the forward thrust. I think that was the one. Yeah, I had a lot of forward thrust going on there. So I think that's a deal. Is these are plasma? No, that's ion. Here's our plasma right there. So that'll use that part if you do use the upgraded plasma thrusters over the ion thrusters. Of course, they double the thrust speed as well. But the overall build time on this is super light. Super light. Don't really need anything too special except for those plasma converters. And they probably don't need to be plasma. Yeah, even if the forward thrust was half that, it would be, I think it would be fine. And our secondary numbers are psycho, by the way. I was just noticing that. The lowest number is the roll at 90, and then our yaw and pitch is at 152 and 169, which is woo! Yes, I'll just crash right in the ground. It is highly maneuverable, considering it looks like it was had some combat steel in the hull there too. So yeah, I went a little crazy. If I gave you should have did a warning, I could give you nausea or something there. I almost gave myself nausea, but it's I just wanted to show you the point that it's super agile, super agile. So all right, let's take a look at. See what we got for storage here. An ammo controller. Looks like at 625, it's kind of showing that in front of there. Okay, and let's see. And yeah, I think that's it. I think we checked it all out. So, just one thing with the author, if you want to make it a little bit less or cheaper yet, and still be plenty fine, you could probably remove some of them RCS, as well as downgrade a couple of these plasma thrusters right here to ion thrusters. and that would make it cheaper yet. You won't need the plasma converters to spawn it in, and I bet you, based on how this thing's flying now, it would still be super agile. You won't have quite as impressive of numbers, but yeah. Although the RCS, you could probably keep them too. They're not really costing that much or anything like that. So yeah, again, very, very cool. I want to check one last thing here in the main menu. I don't think it has a shield, and I don't think it has a warp drive. So it doesn't have those two features on there. Again, if it did, it couldn't be that inexpensive as what it is. It had those parts built in. One last thing though, does it have room for them? I don't think it would. It's kind of doing that 2-block width, which is really off-putting for trying to fit like blocks or parts that are 3 blocks wide like a warp drive. Just never really works out very good because you just don't have enough room to fit it that way. Unless you had your hull 6 blocks wide, then you could fit it, but then you have 1 block along the side of that, and it's kind of messy, kind of different. I'm experiencing that now on my own build. Yeah, again, very, very cool build here. This is the Gas Armored FC by Memesir 9090. One last thing I wanted to do right at the end of the video here, I want to spawn in. I want to show you an update on my own mining Big Drill CV miner project. So I want to show you what I had previously, and then I'll show you my yet again new version. So this is the 3rd version here. So this was the one I showed in the last video. Had some good comments on it. One was I probably don't need to run these big old thrusters on here, and I put some of those on there. Others was the overall shape appearance has going to resemble something, and I was trying to avoid that too. But it was hard because I have to like keep this front part kind of the way it is, which kind of sucks. So anyway, this was the first version, and this one was based around a I got it all configured to core 1, but because of the bigger thrusters I used on it was requiring some Zacosium and things, and I didn't really want it to do that. So, but it still unlocked at player level 15. So the next version, which was significant rework on it. In fact, I changed a lot on this one. It's quite a lot different than the last one. Well, it's similar but different at the same time. So this one, I got rid of the big thrusters. I ended up rebuilding lots of the ship. It's a lot of the blocks. Some blocks are the same, and a lot of blocks have changed, though. I eliminated the side entry doors over here, and instead on the new one, I have more of an asymmetrical cockpit. I added a access door right on the top there instead. And kind of, I put this cockpit off to one side, so it's basically lined up to one of the 2 drills here. And the whole reason I did this is so I would have a location to put in a multi-turret, which I really wanted to have here. So, like the cockpit lines up to one side, the multi-turret lines up to the other side. This again is a even hull width, so 6 blocks. Well, it's not like 5 or 3 or anything like that. It's an even number on its hull width. So also I added turrets. So it's got turrets back. The old version had a couple like turret mount positions over here. This one I put them on the sides there instead. Popped in some more thrusters, more sentry guns. Changed the back door. Changed the landing pad. Extended this out further in the back and changed that around. Changed the thruster design around. And that's kind of how it came out. So top-down view, I was trying to have it kind of like be a little longer this way to have more of a like a, I don't know, a little bit different shape. And it's a little bit trimmed up on the sides over here a little bit and stuff like that. Now, other things that I did do, where I had to rebuild part of the interior because I made a lot of changes here, is now we got like a location for a couple basic cores here. Elevator is still the same place. Now, I haven't painted anything in here yet. All this room is pretty much the same. You still have room for 2 improved CPU cores over there. I did add in a second controller, though. Now, it does have a 320K harvest bay in it. Yeah, I just want to make sure I didn't break that. I didn't think I did, but I have broken a lot of controllers before. And then I added a second smaller one in the back, just because I had some extra room, and why not? So you got another 96K in the back for general storage, or maybe the output of the constructors take your processor and put them in the other box over there, and then you keep on going. So yeah, it's kind of a rework of the whole thing. Now, one other thing it does have is a legit location for a long-range radar back over here now. And as you can see, there are more sentry guns. There's a couple on the bottom. The side ones there, I think those were there prior. These were added in, and then these might have been there in the past too. So that is the new setup. And overall, I was kind of trying to make it not use those other resources. But somehow I brought up the build time by a little bit, because I probably added that second storage controller in there. But yeah, as you can see, it no longer uses Zakosium and things. So yeah, anyway, it is what it is. It's Big Drill CV Miner unlock level at 15. I think you're restricted to the drill itself by the unlock level. So you can't really take it down from there. But I didn't want it to cost anything special. So a little Sathium, a little aluminum, of course, Neo, Cobalt, your regular stuff. But yeah, that's it. That's it. And I'll have to paint it yet, and then I'll probably try to take this into game play and see if I'd use it. I think it would actually work all right, you know, for some asteroid mining, maybe some surface mining on Anvil Season 11, which allows this kind of CV big drill to be used on planet surfaces. Don't know how that's going to work out yet. I know you cannot make a boring miner out of these things, so I gave up with that thought and just went try to get, you know, a bunch of utility in it. Little this, little that. It does have a couple passenger seats I added in here too. They're no longer upstairs though. They're down here on the sides of the boarding ramp here. So yeah, other than that, I got a lot of painting and tweaking and decorating to do. I meant to do more of that, but I did a couple revisions from this one to this one, and I kept on messing with things on it. Now I'm still not sure if I like what I did with the offsetting the bridge and going like an asymmetrical approach, but I had another problem here too. I was thinking, well, you know, I'll just put the multi-turret up on top of this, you know, like make these blocks a little taller here and have the turret here, but this is like 4 blocks wide, and the turret's 3 blocks wide. It just looked strange. Anyway, so I decided to like rework the whole bridge to be different and then fit it like that instead. For better or worse, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I don't know if I like my new bridge design or not. Maybe after I paint it, you know, and try to add a little cosmetic things, try to make it look a little industrial-ish or something. I don't know. We'll see how it all works out. I also thought my staircases out here with the ladder was kind of useless. So I was just like, why am I putting those there? I'd rather have something to get in from space really quick over there, I think. So anyway, that's all I've got for this week. And I will probably have an update on this miner, I believe Monday. Hopefully it's all painted and ready to go by then. It shouldn't take too long, a couple hours, I think, to paint it, tweak it, and get the sensors and all the fun stuff rolling in there. Other than that, you all have yourself a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you later.